Once upon a time, about 1950 something, trains ran across this little trail we were on, and I'm going to show you a bridge where they went across. So we're up above. We're at the level that the train would run across Tallulah Lake here. There it is. Yep, would have been right across here. And look at this bridge right here. That's historic 441. And it comes from over the hill there. That's the road that we would have taken in 1970 to see my parents in Otto, North Carolina. We were living in Tampa, Florida at the time. This is Tallulah Falls, the town of, and it's also Tallulah Falls State Park in northeast Georgia. This has been a long time coming. A lot of history here. Tallulah Falls Railroad would eventually go bankrupt because it had some of these bridges fall down. Trains went in the water, I suppose, or into the deep, where there was a deep place that they had to cross. Tallulah Falls, before it was dammed, was a beautiful river with many waterfalls. And after it's dammed, there are still beautiful waterfalls. Probably not quite as they were back in the day. But in the old days, the water rushed through here, falling over cascades. And every year, in the fall usually, I think they do in the spring too, they have a water release from the dam. Kayakers and canoers go over that dam. No, not the dam, Richard. They go over the waterfalls that are upwards of, 80 feet? Down over waterfalls. Yep, they do that. Those brave souls. I'm not one of those. No, I'm not. But I do remember 441 when it was like this, along with many, many other roads across the country, from California to Florida to California. Across Texas, there's 900 miles of Texas. And there are roads like this. Semi-trucks, cars, whatever, use these roads. Back in the 50s, my parents crossed country, the first trip I remember, from Florida to California. And when they did, it was on roads like this. I'm an old guy, and so I like to tell about the old days. So 1960, I think about 1960, 59 or something, like the railroad went up belly up. But it arrived in 1882 and went to Franklin, North Carolina, up near where my parents live. Some details here on this sign. Plus, those are some of the waterfalls that still exist today, I think. I think that's a painting. And there's a little bit about the Cherokees who lived here. I wonder if people went across the dam, if that was the old highway across the dam back in the day. It kind of looks like it there, doesn't it? Let's see. Get up here where I can see the right part. There it is. There's the dam. Yeah, I think the highway went across this, right across the top of the dam at the time. No longer. It's a 4-lane highway across there now. But you can go down and see 5 major waterfalls in Tallulah Gorge State Park. And we're in part of the state park right here. It's amazing to me, the engineering that went into build bridges like this and railroads, and they can still listen and hear the faint sound of the trains crossing Tallulah Lake, and maybe before Tallulah Lake, maybe, just maybe, across the gorge. Let's take a walk back up towards my car, and I'm going to show you where the trail goes, where the railroad went. And it's not this part. Well, it is this part actually. I kind of get ahead of myself here sometimes. But the main trail now has a little parking lot right there where my car's parked, and this goes on down. And I'll show you. I'm going to take a shortcut here, right down to the parking lot at the beginning of the trail. You can come picnic here if you want. This is in northeast Georgia, Raven County, next to Habersham County. On the other side of the bridge is Habersham County. Yeah, they do have to have a park pass. I think it's $5. I have a annual pass for seniors that runs around 20 bucks, I think. Maybe 30, I'm not sure. There's a little trail down there. I was going to go up here and show you this trail. I'll have to go a little further, so I'll speed up a little. Walk, 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 Richard. These people don't have time to wait for you to walk, or do you? But I do want to go show you the trail. This is about a 1.5 mile trail. It's all paved, great for walking. Bring your dog, bring your bike. You can ride this on your bicycle. And as you can see, it goes for quite a ways. And maybe you can see the bridge down there. There's another bridge back there. I can't quite see it. But maybe if we zoomed in, nope, I don't think so. It's there, or is it? I don't remember. Nope, can't see it. It's up around the bend. Well, I do want to take you down here. There's another place I want to go. And just hang on. I'm gonna go across the bridge and show you the old jail. Now there's a longer trail that goes around to get to it, but I want to go across the bridge. So here we go. Walk, walk, walk. What is this? Huh. Since last time I was here, they put a little library up here, it looks like. Sure enough. I wonder if there's any good books in there. Oh, yeah, there might be. How now discover your strengths. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Huh. The trail ends here, but right down here is the road. And we're going to go walk across the bridge because I think it's interesting. A little history. US 441 went from Miami, Florida, all the way up into Tennessee and maybe beyond. I know it ends up in Tennessee on beyond Sevierville. It goes west, probably about 25 or 30 miles. I'm not sure the name of the town there, but it ends in, I think it hits right close to Interstate 40. But it goes through the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And if you've never been through there, that's a great ride. And there's lots of things to see along the way, including bears and elk. Yeah, you can see those. Now see that yellow line? There wasn't one back in the day. There might have been a stripe line, a broken stripe line. But there, the train went up there on top of that. Beautiful calm day this morning. It's been really cold. I've done a couple other videos and got chilled doing it. Probably about 35 degrees. It's not that now. I think it's around 44. I think I checked my car and it said 44 degrees. You can hear the traffic on the main US 441 now as we go by. Howdy, enjoying your day? Yeah, over here is the jail. And you had a pay kiosk here. It looks like they've changed it. Maybe went all digital. Yep, they have. Modern day. It's hard for old folks like me to get their head around all that. I know most of you grew up with it, but this is a jail. Now, it looks like a little house to me, but that's what it was. Walk across this little bridge. Tallulah Falls Jail. Let's see if we need to. Yeah, I think we're right. Yeah, still got locks on it. Yeah, there's not much of an indicator of jail, but there it is. Let's see if we can see inside. I think those bars may be hard to get through, sure enough. I went double bars there. Didn't have much of a view because the trees were in the way, I'm sure. If you look closely at this glass, you may see some, I don't know whether we pick it up or not. Glass runs over time, so you can actually see imperfections in the glass. Been there in so long. Here's a good example of it right there. I don't see any side very much. There's a little pew in there, but got some hikers out here. Hello, y'all. Yeah, maybe you'll be able to see that glass a little bit. Yeah, a little pale and paint. Old days.